This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 379. Everyone has a secret voice deep inside. And if you're self-sabotaging, then your secret voice is saying things like this. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. What's the point? You're not lovable. Nobody loves you and nobody ever will. You'll never be perfect, so why even try? You'll never get it right. You're stupid. You're ugly. You can't do it. You'll never be able to do it. You're not good enough and you never will be. You're not like them. You'll never be like them. Don't even try. You'll fail, and things will be worse. You have no discipline. You're not talented. Nobody loves you, and if they find out who you really are, then they definitely will never love you. So those are some of the things that your secret voice might be telling you, especially if you're sabotaging your success, your weight goals, your career goals, your relationship goals, your health goals. Until you face that voice, until you become aware of it, face it, stare that voice dead in the eye and say, no, that's not true. Until you're willing to do that, you're never going to break free. You're never going to get out of the sabotage routine, the cycle of trying and failing and beating yourself up and trying and failing and beating yourself up and doing everything in your power to sabotage your fucking goals. You'll never stop until you face that voice. And maybe that voice is the voice of your mom. Maybe it's the voice of your dad. Maybe it's the voice of society or your teacher or your brother or your sister or your uncle or your friends. I don't know where that voice started, but maybe it's the voice that just made sense because of everything that happened to you as a kid. Maybe nobody talked to you like that, but the world talked to you like that. For example, nobody told me that I wasn't lovable. Nobody told me that I wasn't good enough, that nobody cared about me. But the world told me that. When I was in foster care, I didn't have a mom or dad. And I was very aware of it. Everybody else had moms and dads and family. And I had these people that I lived with and got paid to take care of me. And that's the only reason they took care of me. You know, when you're in foster care, you're very aware of the only reason you're being taken care of is because they're getting paid to do that. So the world told me I wasn't good enough, nobody cared about me, and I was unlovable. And when you hold on to those thoughts long enough, they become feelings. Keep thinking the same thing over and over and over again, and you will start to feel it. And the things you do are based on how you feel. If you don't feel that anybody will ever love you, if you don't feel that you are good enough for anybody or anything, you'll never attempt to even be loved. You'll never attempt to even try. If you don't think that you'll ever be able to be a raw vegan, well, then you will never be a raw vegan, ever. If you don't think that you can lose the weight and have the body that you would really, really love, that you see on other people, and you're just like, how are they so lucky that they just can be so disciplined and work out every day and eat healthy? If you don't think that that can ever be you, you can never have that body. You can never have that body. Your feelings, they determine your actions. Your actions determine your life. The feelings come from the thoughts you're thinking. You have to stop thinking these thoughts. And you can't just stop thinking a thought. You have to replace it with another thought. It's like food. You can't just stop eating junk food. You have to replace it with fruit. You can't just go on a juice cleanse and expect that to solve all your problems, because you have to eat eventually. I feel so sorry for these people I know that just are constantly doing these juice fasts, and like long-term ones too. I know people that have done like over 100 days, and sure, that's healthier than McDonald's, but they're setting themselves up for major, major failure and major setbacks and major frustration, because it doesn't solve anything. Doing a cleanse or a water fast, juice fast, overt fat fast, or even a cooked food fast, just going raw and just like not doing any other work, not doing any subconscious work, not doing any type of internal healing, deep work, not doing any type of therapy or any type of subconscious reprogramming. You're setting yourself up to sabotage yourself, because you never changed the way you think. If you don't get into your mind and change those thoughts, you'll just go right back to the weight you were, eating the food you were eating, sabotaging yourself, being mad at yourself, because you've been saying to yourself your whole life, you can't do this, or you're not worthy of being healthy, or you're not perfect, and you've got to prove yourself right. You're always proving what you think about yourself. Me, I see this so much in my life, okay? I'm not perfect by far. I'm just eating a raw vegan diet. Why am I eating a raw vegan diet? Because I have convinced myself, I have done the work to reprogram my subconscious and convince myself that I am a raw vegan. And so I'm doing the same thing with my sleep now, and it's absolutely incredible. I'm reprogramming my subconscious to believe that I easily and effortlessly fall asleep at night. I sleep straight through the night, and I always wake up energized and refreshed. You see, my old story was, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I have insomnia, and no matter what I do, I cannot sleep. No matter what. That was my story for a really, really long time. What is your story? What's your secret voice saying? If you refuse to listen, you'll never get what you want. You'll never change. Here is your opportunity. This podcast is the sign that you need to sit quietly and write out all of the false negative beliefs that are in your head. And if you don't want to do this, don't. My life is not going to get better or worse. I urge you to pay attention to your secret voice. By the way, this isn't even you. This is your inner roommate. Okay, you're the observer of the secret voice. You don't need to listen to it. Every single time that you hear one of these expressions, you probably don't even hear it anymore. But every time you hear something like, you're so undisciplined, you always give up. You always give up, so you got to give up this time. You always eat donuts when you see donuts, so you got to eat donuts. Just please understand that you don't need to listen to that voice. And something that I like to do is I like to say, we don't need to go there. I say, we don't need to go there. And I physically I visualize myself taking a U-turn and going the other way in my head. And I think a thought that's productive and positive. Okay? I hope that you'll take my advice and you'll write out this list. Another thing that I did recently, so I want you to write out the list of all the negative beliefs that you have about yourself. Okay? So like me, I have this belief that I can't sleep. I also have this belief that I'm a mess. And I used to say it all the time. I'm a fucking mess. And guess what? I was a mess. I was always messy, messing up the kitchen, messy closet, messy bathroom. I don't say it anymore. Another thing that I'd really, really love for you to do is write out your habits. Okay? So I guarantee you that you have a lot of habits you don't even know you have. You have good habits and you have bad habits. Okay? And you have neutral habits, but you have a lot of habits. I would love for you to write out your habits and put a plus sign next to the positive ones and a negative sign next to the negative ones. It will really be eye-opening for you to see on a piece of paper the positive and negative things that you have been doing daily. So like things that you've been doing for a long time now, I want you to write them down, your habits, okay? And look at that list and see and actually become aware of the good things you're doing. I didn't even know that I had good habits, okay? Let me find my list because I'm always beating myself up so much for everything, for not being perfect, for not being good enough, for never being exactly the way I want to be, you know? And for having all these bad habits that I have. Hold on. So yeah, even somebody like me, like some people look up to me. Oh my gosh, where is this list? Some people look up to me and they're just like, wow, people have said to me that I'm their idol. People come up to me at Woodstock. People are so nice, but what they don't realize is we're all struggling with the exact same things, just different forms. I have to find this list. I am going to find this list, y'all. I don't know where. Oh, here we go. Oh, Lord. Okay. I love myself 100%. You see, that secret voice was saying, Jeanette, why are you taking so long to find the list? People are gonna unsubscribe. Okay, here we go. List of bad habits. Of course, I started with the bad, but there's a lot of good. So, putting on my phone first thing in the morning. This is a habit I do not like. Okay. Watching YouTube videos. This is another habit that I do not like. I watch way too many YouTube videos. Ignoring time and staying up way too late. Ignoring the time and eating really, really late with Awa. I hate doing that. Buying stuff and not juicing it or eating it. Okay, I have a bad habit of buying stuff that I plan on juicing or eating and I never get to, and then it goes bad, and then I feel really, really bad about it. I don't like it. And this is, it's not usually like, if it's fruit, bananas or whatever, I can easily freeze them, but it's more like things like celery. Sometimes I'll buy celery a lot and I won't juice it because I won't have time to juice. I kind of got out of the habit of juicing, so I was juicing for a while, but now I'm out of the habit, and then all this celery went bad because I don't eat celery, I only juice it. So that's another bad habit. Procrastinating is another bad habit of mine. Putting stuff down and not away, because I really want to have a clean, organized house, but I had a habit of putting stuff down. Meanwhile, I should have been putting stuff away. Never put anything down, put it away. Okay? And so those are a few of my bad habits. Some of my good habits are going to yoga, eating fruit during the day and salad at night, getting out into nature every day, doing my affirmations, creating content every single day, posting every single day. So not just filming YouTube, podcast, reels, things like that, but actually posting it, because I want to recognize that is two different things, because I used to film a lot of content and I never posted it. And that was in 2017, 18. And I'm really proud of myself that I've come very far, a very long way, because I've created so much content that I never put out because I was so afraid. Meanwhile, I was gorgeous, and I just was afraid that people would say that I was ugly and fat, and it just doesn't make any sense at all. But it does make sense, because my secret voice was telling me that I was ugly and I was fat my whole life. So of course it makes sense. Just because you go raw and you lose weight, that doesn't mean that your identity changes. Okay? The voice is still there telling you these lies. It was always a lie. I was never ugly. And yeah, I was overweight, but I was never I used to tell myself that I was the most unattractive person on earth. That was absolutely not true. I was still beautiful, even though I was overweight. I just didn't know it. So, yeah. Those are my good and bad habits. And I hope that you are going to write a list of your habits. And I'm sure I could think of some more, but those are the ones that came up first. And so let's all become aware of this secret voice, and let's change it. Let's start to be nice to ourselves. We're never going to get anywhere being mean to ourselves, criticizing ourselves. It's never worked in the past. It'll never work in the future. What works is love. Love is the most powerful healing tool on the planet. There's no higher vibration than love. And so if you're interested in doing the work, okay, doing the actual work that it takes to change for real this time, well, then I encourage you to send me an email. I've actually pushed my course back by 1 week. We're starting on June 11th now. And if you're interested, you can still send me an application. See if this course is for you. It's called the Food Addiction Freedom Course. And what we'll be doing for the next 6 weeks, starting June 11th, is reprogramming our subconscious. So we're going to be unlearning those false beliefs that we talked about today, and we're going to be relearning new ones, reprogramming our subconscious. And what I'm doing differently this time is a lot more accountability. Okay. And so I am going to make sure that you do what you said you were going to do. And so if you don't want me to be calling you and texting you and sending you voicemails every single day, if you don't want somebody on your motherfucking ass every day, then I suggest you do not join this course, because I'm going to make sure that you and I do what we said we were going to do. And no, we can't be perfect, but yes, we can do something. We can do something every day to move the needle forward. Okay? Maybe we're not going to run a marathon every day. Maybe we're not going to do 1,000 squats a day, every day for 6 weeks, but we could do 10 squats. Actually, right now, how about everybody get up? Seriously. And let's do 10 squats together. Here we go. 1. Yeah, you get your ass up. 2. Zin Rosie, I know you're driving. Pull over on the side of the road and let's go. 3, 4, 5, you hear my knees cracking? 6, 7, I'm getting old, y'all. 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Now, when I say I'm getting old, I actually love it. I can't wait, because I know for a fact when I'm 50, I'm going to look 25, boo. You'll see. So thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Again, if you'd like to join the course, you can send me an email, jd@MsFitVegan.com. I'm out of breath from the squats. I haven't been exercising lately. It's a long story, but I'm pretty sure I told you guys that I did get into a car accident, and so I haven't been able to work out. And I swear, you miss a day, it's like you missed a year. So those 10 squats, a little tough. But everything is fine. I was not driving, and everything's going to be okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Send me an email if you're interested, and do the things that I tell you to do. Do those exercises. It's very simple. Just write out your shit, boo. If you can't write out your shit, then you don't even deserve to be healthy, because it's just such a small little thing that you can do. Okay, there's so much more that goes into being healthy. Trust me, write your fucking the secret thoughts that are not true, and write out your good and bad habits. Because if you're just listening to this and you're not doing anything, you're not going to get anything out of it. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, boo.